Today I'm going to be installing a new carburetor on this Honda EU3000 generator. So the first thing I'm going to do is make sure that the gas is drained out of it, and make sure the gas is turned off, and open it on this side with the screwdriver. Then after that, I'm going to take off the air cleaner cover. It's like about 4 tabs. I'm going to take the air cleaner out, and there are about 3 bolts inside. Let's see, about 3 bolts here. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to take those out. So we got 10mm deep well. I'm going to go ahead and remove those bolts. Now we've got about 2 hoses here, 1, 2, and I'm just going to go ahead and pull those off. It's going to take a little wiggling because they're probably old. I got to pull them off. Got the hose off. I'm just going to take my time. It's like a little clip back here. Unclip the fuel hose. Not sure where that actually goes. And there you go, the air box is out. So you got a little bit of some sort of dirt dauber thing going on here. So I'm just gonna come in and scrape some of it up and vacuum it out. Inside it a little bit. So now you're gonna undo this thing right here, this little cable. Just pop it out, pull the spring back, pop it out, and then start just wiggling the whole carburetor out. Oops, that fell down. So as you can see, the carburetor just slides out. There's a hose right here. This hose, can't probably see it, but the hose is right there where my finger is. There's a hose. And that hose is going to the carburetor, to the gas tank. So you got to disconnect that hose there. So just so you can see a little better, what I ended up doing was disconnecting this part right here where the fuel petcock is, and the gas came out of that little hole right there. So now it's the carburetor is disconnected from that fuel petcock right there. Let me see if you can get a better picture of it. Right there. So now that it's disconnected, if yours is like mine, you're gonna smell a lot of nasty fuel. So it's gonna smell a little bit, but now you're able to go ahead and start pulling it out. So you're just basically sliding it off these posts that attach to the engine, and there's a lot of connectors and hoses in the way, but it should slide out. There we go. So now you'll see this little thing at the top You'll have to disconnect it. There's like a little tab right here. Let's see. I just pulled it out, and now the carburetor's out. So let me zoom out a little bit. So, yep, that's it. That's the old carburetor. So now is a good time to test to see if the petcock is working properly, the fuel cutoff valve, because if you turn that on and off, it should stop the flow of fuel into the carburetor. So if it's not working correctly, now is the time to replace it. So let me turn mine and see if it works. Yeah, mine works. A little bit came out. Tank is empty anyway, but and then you gotta check this gasket here. I'm gonna check the gasket to make sure that gasket is still good. The gasket does look good, so I think we're good there. But yeah, that's pretty much that. Now we can start going back the other direction. So like I said, this is the new carburetor. I'm just gonna take it out. And as you can see, it looks just like the other carburetor. It comes with hoses. The thing is, if there's something wrong with your gasket that was up against the engine, then you're gonna have a problem. You're gonna have to get another gasket, because this does not come with a gasket. So that's what it looks like. That's the connector. You plug that into the harness, and like I say, there's no gasket here, so you have to use your old gasket or get a new one. And then slide it onto the engine, put that little plate back on, and we'll be back in business. Also, there's a filter down in the tank where the fuel petcock is. At some point, if you wanted to, now would be the time to replace it. It's right there in the middle. That's where the fuel would go. But otherwise, yeah, that's something else to look at too, is that filter down there. So as you can see, there's a lot of, they used a metal gas tank, so unfortunately there's a lot of debris in there. Probably needs to be rinsed out. So now I'm just gonna remove this fuel hose off of the old carburetor and put it on the new one. And it's really not a bad idea to just get a new fuel hose, because the last thing you want is a leaking fuel hose. So same thing, just put it on the new carburetor, and then put this back on. Alright, so now that I've moved everything back over, I'm just gonna start putting it back together as it was before. So I'm gonna slide it back on these mounts. And really it's really just a matter of getting the hoses to all fit together here. You can see there's two pieces here that have to slide on to the part that's on the engine here, the studs. Oh, I forgot to, you gotta put the connector back on. Make sure nothing's in the way while you're sliding onto the engine. You don't want anything to get sandwiched between the carburetor and the engine. Just double checking everything as I'm moving it. Everything looks good. That's good. Now it's up against the engine. Now it's time to hook the fuel up to the petcock here. Now I'm just going to put the little clips back on. Let's see if I can get him on. There we go. Run these little plastic hoses back down into their holes in the bottom of the unit here. I think these are like drain hoses. Yeah. So now those are there. Now I'm going to put this piece here back on. This is going to be interesting because I have to get this pin here to go into the top of the carburetor. And then slide it forward. Alright, so now that we have our choke connected, now we can start putting the filter housing back on. And this is where everything bolts back in with the screws. So screw down here at the bottom. And a couple screws here at the side. Right here in the corner here. Very tight fit. Now at this point you're just putting the hoses back on the breather, in the filter housing. So there's one at the bottom and then this one here at the top needs to go back. And then I'm just going to check the choke operation to make sure the choke is working properly. So as you can see, it's working when I move the choke. Make sure there's nothing binding, make sure there's nothing in the way, because we don't want any problems. And that should be it. Just check the work. After that, we can put our filter back in. And then put our cover back on. Now I'm going to add a little gasoline to it. Now that I've checked for leaks, I'm going to go ahead and I've pushed it outside. So if there's any major issues, it's outside, not inside. Now I'm going to crank it up. That's the fastest I've seen it crank up. Check the voltage on it. Eco throttle's working. $125 volts, that's good. Eco throttle works. Yep, I think it's working now. So it went from not starting at all to starting and running as soon as I pulled the choke and turned it. I mean, it cranked right up. So that carburetor fixed it right up. So until next time, that's it for here.